Welcome on the bold topics and I am Anand May. Baba Saheb Dr. Ambedkar had studied Islam deeply. In fact, after the announced to leave Hinduism, he studied Sikhism, Islam, Christianity and Buddhism extensively. Until he studied Islam, he had definitely warned Hindus once or twice that if the people of the untouchables class accept Islam, then these upper caste Hindus will start impressing them. In the March 50, 1928 issue of Bahishkrit Bharat, he had written an article in which he told the untouchables class that if you are not getting respect and equal rights while living in Hinduism and you have to change your religion, then become a Muslim. But as Baba Sahib continued studying Islam, his views towards Islam changed. After that, he started explaining to the brothers of the untouchables class that if we become Muslims, we will go out of the circle of Indians. Our nationality will become questionable. Along with this, Baba Sahib also believed that if they accept Islam, the number of Muslims in this country will double and there will be a danger of Muslim dominance. That is, Baba Sahib saw the increasing number of Muslims as a crisis for the country. Therefore, Baba Sahib not only criticized Islam from time to time but also opposed all kinds of efforts to appease Muslims in the name of minority. On 18 January 1929, his editorial titled Nehru Committee's Plan and the Future of Hindustan was published in Bahishkrit Bharat. Congress leading leader Motilal Nehru presented a draft of the future constitution of India. Through the propaganda machinery of the Congress, it was being loudly told. Through the propaganda machinery of Congress, it was being loudly told how good this draft of the Nehru Committee was. Whereas Baba Sahib discussed this draft and told that the plan of the Nehru Committee is fatal for the country. Baba Sahib writes, anyone who looks at the map of Asia will realize how this country is stuck between two rocks. On one side there is the node of nation with different culture like China and Japan, and on the other side there is the node of three Muslim nations like Turkey, Persia and Afghanistan. We feel that this country is stuck between these two should remain very cautious. In these circumstances, if any of China and Japan attacks them, everyone will face their attacks unitarily. But if any of the three Muslim nations like Turkey, Persia or Afghanistan attacks the independent Hindustan, can anyone assure that everyone will face these attacks unitarily? We cannot give this assurance. He has clearly indicated that when Muslim countries attack India, it will not be faced unitarily. Who will not stand against the attacks of Muslim nations? He was referring to the Muslim community. Baba Sahib must have had this feeling because the majority of Muslims in India still consider the invaders who attacks India as their heroes. If the same thing is written without mentioning Baba Sahib's name, then it will be considered the opinion of some Hinduism leader. At the end of this article, Baba Sahib writes, we have not conducted the investigation of the Nehru Committee blinded by selfishness. We have opposed the plan of the Nehru Committee not because of the committee has behaved with disdain towards the untouchables, but we have opposed it because it is a threat to Hindus and has brought evil to Hindustan. Pakistan or Persian of India is an important book by Baba Sahib Dr. Ambedkar on Muslims. In this book, he has said that Muslims can never be devotees of their motherland. Their hearts can never match with Hindus. They should be given a separate nation instead of living in the country and harboring enmity. Indian Muslims say that they are Muslims first and then Indians. Their loyalties are outside the country. They are prepared to establish the supremacy of Islam in India by taking the help of Muslim nations outside the country. In a country where there is no Muslim state, if there is a conflict between Islamic law and law of that country, then Islamic law should be considered superior. Muslims consider it acceptable to reject the law of the country and accept Islamic law. These thoughts of Baba Sahib in the context of Muslims always prevented him from making political compromises with Muslims and accepting Islam as a religion. In this book, Baba Sahib has proved on the basis of evidence and facts that Muslim invaders did not attack India just to loot wealth and prosperity, but jihadi mentality was working behind it. Baba Sahib writes that Muslims invaders undoubtedly come singing song of hatred against Hindus, but they did not return after singing songs of hatred and burning some temples on the way. If this had happened, it would have been considered a blessing. They were not satisfied with such a negative result. They planted the sapling of Islam in India. This sapling grew well and it became a big oak tree. Explaining the reason why the Muslim community is not able to mix with other communities, Baba Sahib writes that Islam is a close corporation and its specialty is that it makes a real distinction between Muslims and non-Muslims. The brotherhood of Islam is not the universal brotherhood of humanity. This brotherhood is only by Muslims towards Muslims. In other words, Islam will never allow a true Muslim to consider India as his motherland and a Hindu as his close friend. He writes, Muslims have another vice of fanaticism, which is popular in the name of canon law or jihad. It is necessary for a Muslim ruler that he should not sit in peace until the power of Islam is spread all over the world. In this way, the whole world is divided into two parts, Darul Islam and Darul Harb. All countries can come under one category for the other. Technical. It is the duty of Muslim rulers to decide who is capable of doing this, who converts Darul Harb into Darul Islam. If Muslims in India are interested in Hijrat, then they will not hesitate to become a part of jihad also. When the partition of India on the basis of religion was sorted, Baba Sahib talked about complete population exchange. On the basis of his studies and experience, he could clearly see that if the population was not exchanged, then the demand for a new Pakistan would arise again in future India. It is in everyone's mind that after the formation of Pakistan, Muslim leaders openly said, we have got Pakistan after fighting, we will get Hindustan with a smile. At the time of partition, Baba Sahib wrote, this question was arising in the mind of every Hindu whether the issue of communalism would be removed from Hindustan after the formation of Pakistan or not. This was a legitimate question and it was necessary to consider it. It will also have to accept it that Hindustan could not be freed from the communal question by the formation of Pakistan. Pakistan may have been made a homogeneous state by redrawing its border, but India will remain a mixed state. Muslims are scattered everywhere in Hindustan, so they mostly gather in towns. Therefore, it is not easy to redraw their border and determine them on the basis of ethnicity. The only way to make India ethnic is to ensure exchange of population. Until this is done, we will have to accept that even after the creation of Pakistan, the problem of majority versus minority and the inconsistency in the politics of India will remain as before. His statement is present in the form of bitter truth in today's India. An idea of Baba Sahib's thoughts regarding Islam above discussion, Baba Sahib studied Islam in depth and presented it in his writing. Baba Sahib has tried to create a picture of the present and future of Islamic mentality by gaining insight from history. In a way, he also showed that mirror to the Indian Muslims and also told them about their